to hoop the penny into.
Got it. Well, it says the cost of owning a car, insurance up 5%, $700+, 46% of payments, average monthly payment on a new car loan, 700 plus. Insurance up 5%, repairs up 15% since 2024. Hey, Chinese, hey, Flash about it.
So I would hate to bring in any car person here right now. So forgive me if it happens. Forgive me if it happens. But
You summon friends?
you just bro. No, but do you guys think, this is a serious question, I don't know. Do you think that the car industry, purposely did not build more economy-like cars so that we could end up in a situation like this? And before you answer, let me just say, I do remember growing up, a huge part of the market, and so many people I know, my family included, we only had the option to buy the Corollas or the Volkswagen Rabbits or their smaller, more efficient cars that were more affordable, and they were everywhere. And now I'm just seeing that market almost doesn't exist anymore. I'm just wondering if you guys have seen the same thing over the years.
I don't have a way to gauge that. It's not something I pay super close attention to, but it is a good question.
I would say, Sarah, that I would just say that price of all cars are up. New cars and I'm talking about expect more of a high end models or more affordable ones. They all skyrocketed, and I feel like during COVID, car prices were through the roof. Obviously, we didn't have enough chips, and the dealerships parking lot were empty. I remember I was on a waiting list for 8 months just to get a new car because I had nothing on the lot. And at that moment is when used cars really went up, right, in the price. And I think that they realized in that moment that, oh, we're making a lot more money. And at least where I live, again, everybody's different. But where I live, our car prices hasn't gone down since COVID. Even the used cars, they're pretty much the same as COVID prices, which is really hot. I do have a thing. Shut down. Let me go ahead. Music power.
This morning, a marathon speech on the Senate floor, with Oregon Democrat Jeff Merkley pulling an all-nighter, protesting President Trump.
I've come to the Senate floor tonight to ring the alarm bells. We're in the most perilous moment, the biggest threat to our republic since the Civil War. President Trump is shredding our Constitution.
This as the government shutdown enters day 22. President Trump showing no sign that he's in search of a deal. Hosting Senate Republicans at the White House. Trump encouraging them not to back down, suggesting he would consider meeting with Democratic leaders only after the shutdown ends.
I will only meet if they let the country open. They let the country open.
A message received on Capitol Hill.
At some point, the Democrats this problem. Republicans have had all year to get serious about healthcare.
Without an exit ramp in sight, families reliant on government assistance are trying to hold on to their current benefits because they may dry up soon. Diamond Williams has 5 children and relies on SNAP benefits to feed them.
We didn't do anything. But we're taking the backlash of getting all of our benefits and everything else taken and removed from us for nothing.
Her story similar to millions of federal workers on the verge of going without a second paycheck, stretching every dollar and flocking to food banks.
Usually their fault, but we just are seeing just a much greater demand.
And as we said, the shutdown now ranks as the second longest in American history. We're now less than 2 weeks away from key benefit programs running out of funding and open enrollment kicking off across the country. And as the clock ticks, the two sides are not any closer to making a deal. So now it's
Ryan, I was with the latest epics, Ryan.
We just need more of that.
Patty, can I take the criteria really quickly and leave the subject just for while you're putting the other video?
Go ahead.
Yesterday I remember you were saying things that you were going to talk about it. So if I'm coming back, can I talk about it now? I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, no, seriously, I want to know about this guy that was getting ready to be in charge of the whistleblowers. Is that the person that stepped down? I said he's not going to do it.
Well, I think this guy's his name's Captain Dillinger. Used to be in charge of whistleblower, so he was told about Trump getting fired and all that.
Yeah, no, not that one. There's a new person that is being appointed. And I'm trying to figure out. Did he sit down and say, never mind, I can't want to be part of it? Was it him?
What happened?
Alright, so there's a guy that was supposed to be appointed in charge of like the whistleblower department.
The ethics committee?
Yeah. Okay.
So he withdrew his name. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Deborah.
That aggressive guy that he went out.
Okay, he was talking negative.
Yes, he withdrew his name. Did he withdraw his own name, or did they withdraw it? Well, that Mike Johnson was saying that he didn't think that he would pass, or that he would be approved. His text messages, right? Yeah, and then he withdrew his name. He said, "Get rid of Kwanzaa, Martin Luther King." Yeah. Freaking Black History Month. Made
He will be appointed in a role that doesn't require any approval from anybody other than Trump.
right. That's exactly right. So,
But if they've been pushing back previously, I mean, had they been pushing back like this previously, then most of those people would be in office right now. You know, like Pat Bond.
it's only if they, honestly, at one time, y'all remember I was like, Aunt Bonnie may be a decent choice because of her. I thought she would. Yeah.
Well, but to be fair to
I mean,
you,
I can't
Patty,
admit, I said that. So,
to be fair to you, Patty, her, well, I don't want to say this wrong, but her background and experience fit with the job. No matter what we think about her ideologically, she fit in terms of her being qualified. However, stuck up and somebody who doesn't even follow the Constitution. So, but it was hard.
And a hell of a PR person.
Yeah, straight up, yeah.
He's describing some of my fellow journalists, and I took ally with this racial mentality and this comments, this Texas, etc.
I don't think Jason found his links. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yes, the J.P. Morgan Chase and Jamie Dimon cut the ribbon on the unveiling of a new 60-story headquarters reshaping the New York City skyline. This is this entire city block between 47th and 48th, and between Park and Madison. And this overtook a building called the Union Carbide building. This project is the biggest office tower since COVID. It also cost $3 billion to erect. It is 60 stories, and it will house 10,000 of the J.P. Morgan employees. And J.P. Morgan has 24,000 employees in New York City. So there you go. More, I guess, wins for New York, I suppose. So that just means take your ass back to the office. That's what that.
So that means I gotta buy a new paint, and they have their like annual art sale for them students. That's skyrocketing.
Yeah, exactly. But here's some of the other interesting details. 97% of the material from the bank's demolished old building when they took out was recycled. 97% of it. And 8,000 workers were responsible to build this building. So it employed a lot of people. It added about 2.6 billion to the New York City economy just building that building alone. And that's it.
That's why it's kind of weird just to do a good job. They
And I
want
don't
to
want to change the way they work. I want them to change the way they work. So
I mean, we do. We all want to change the way they work, but then when it comes to the local economy in New York, it's a dependency on these corporations.
you know, I have seen companies in New York that are very, very fair and they have no issues paying higher taxes. There are corporations. Corporations could do the right thing. I mean, Spotify, for example, they pay a lot. They pay a lot for. I mean, they pay really good living wage for New York City for their workers. Then on top of that, they give them health coverage. That is owed to Sweden. So in Sweden, everybody gets health care, the government system, and it's a very, very good health care. So we got health care, like literally, like we paid nothing. They covered it 100%. Nothing came out of our pockets.
Yeah, but that's another thing too, though. It makes it harder for people to be able to afford to live in New York City. But then you have your pro. It's like you have your pros, you have your cons, and a lot of those. So a lot of people that's not from New York don't really understand like how much money that a lot of these freaking corporations put into the city when it comes to our city services. You know what I'm saying?
But would you agree that they should actually maybe get less breaks like they do when, because what's happening right now between all the states, right, is like, they're competition, right? And the states are competing with each other on how much more of a break they give corporations just so they move in their area, right, or in their state.
So that they employ their local citizens and they increase their overall tax base, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I mean, logically, that's what you're thinking, correct? But when Tesla moved to Boston, he's literally saving $10 billion in breaks that he got from Texas. Um, yes, they're building. Yes, they're giving jobs, but they're not giving jobs to people who are already here. They're giving jobs to everybody, all the tech people that left California and New York. And what happens is that those people come here, home prices got go up. Because when I sold my house in New York and I came here to Texas, I was like, I'll buy this home cash. Are you kidding me? So what ends up happening is that prices actually go up a bit more. Okay, so the cleaning people maybe are getting jobs, but like the high paying jobs, they're not. People that live here can't have them. And then what?
And New York City is probably one of the best places to recruit. People don't even understand that. To recruit professionals.
I just wanted to footnote a couple of slides back in constantly delivering at least a link. We did a decent protest at the Senate, at the Capitol, to establish a people's court. We're still seeking judicial people that will support a court, a people's court that can challenge a Supreme Court decision or a decision on an executive or judicial order that will come out of the administrations. And so that's what I'm showing how I can put together a decent, demonstration on Capitol Hill and to get some things done judicially. I think that's what I think it's one of the most successful challenges to executive orders have been through a judicial process and learning and knowing that judicial process will position you to be more politically effective locally and nationally. So that's why I put the link in the chat there for those that are, because we're talking about how and why to protest, how to get something effective done during a protest or demonstration, and how to conduct the things with the holy, excuse me, I'm so sorry, with this police in the Capitol Hill, just the peacekeeping forces, for lack of a better term. But, and, with national anything representing some form of unlawful enforcement, if you will, because most of them are renegades and they're not cool people. But I wouldn't have them on my peacekeeping force, of course, but nevertheless, they say they protect the Capitol, which there's no sign that they had any energy when the Capitol wasn't. They didn't show up. So, because I got MJ on the team that might not show up. But the same thing is that you can get a decent idea of the protest on the last link. Thank you so much. Those few syllables.
And espresso infused with a little bit of charcoal in there. So that's the 2026 Benjamin Moore Color of the Year. Thank you very much.
So my daughter, the school she goes to, the daughter, shows it prior. They got this thing at the Brooklyn Navy Yard. And that's funded 100% by these damn corporations.
The capitalist now.
How much they're embedded in New York City. And like even some of the internships that they get is based off a lot of work that they do at their research yard. These are young kids. It's like, she a young little black girl, right? So we want they really spend a lot of money in the city. Maybe not in other people's cities, but in that city, there's a lot of money that's being spent by the
It's a whole ecosystem here. And it's like they don't many of the corporations here don't just exist in that bubble. They don't just come in, have an office, and leave. A lot of them do have programs within the city with various schools, not just like the high schools and whatnot, but also the universities and the smaller ones. And they're integrated throughout the community. They have even programs for community members as well. And there's just a lot. Like like Google, for example, funded Pier 57, which is a international food court that's over on the West Side Highway. They helped to fund that. They were the primary motivator of that because they wanted somewhere for their employees at the Google headquarters to be able to go. Plus, it benefits the entire city because they have a destination now on the Hudson River Park. So it's like things like that, plus a lot of other events and things that they hold. So that's just like one example, but there's like thousands of examples all over the city. It's this whole ecosystem that is completely just kind of different from the rest of the country. And I believe it's all so ingrained because we're all so close to each other.
And you know what's crazy about this? The corporations that spend money in that Brooklyn, that yard for these kids that go there to like do research based off of whatever your undergrad or your graduate degrees on. A lot of them are fucking coming out of that and they're fucking working for these big corps. So like even with the Black Student Union at her school, just because New York City has a bunch of black people in it, Pratt isn't really, that Black Student Union is really, they actually talk back and forth with a lot of these corporations. They actually give them some really good incentives, and a lot of them get hired on to work in higher positions. So like people, I don't know, they would benefit, and then there's also the cons. But it's not like any other city. It's totally different. They want to be there, so they put money into that. I mean, it's where every major corporation has an office or a building or something in New York City. So they want to be close to each other. It's not like something to agree, just us understanding the dynamics of that city.
I guess the other thing why, right? And I think that's personally, quite frankly, very like let's say
citizens well. If you want to see changing corporations, take the Target strategy, right? Target's about to go for some major shifts because consumers intervene. So it's up to consumers to intervene if they don't like a company's behavior.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say that it really has to be on a case by case basis, and at the local level, like a lot of people make the assumption, and when they say corporate greed, they're talking about all corporations. But I know through the work that I do that I see a lot of public and private partnerships with the community, and the trade-off is when they move to or establish a new home office or headquarters or mini headquarters in some of the cities that I've lived in or in my state. I read the negotiations and the terms to see exactly what the trade-offs are, what the tax breaks are that they get, and it's not just across the board tax breaks. They have to give a lot too. One good example is like when Netflix opened their new production facilities in New Jersey. They gave a lot to the state and to the city and on the level of like not just workforce development but other things. So it's a trade-off. They got huge tax breaks, but they're still rolling out programs that'll benefit the state because Netflix has this coming there.
Well, I agree. Like I said, I personally know plenty of huge corporations that I have no problem paying more, making sure that they really took care of their workers, right? I appreciated all their work and paid them livable wage, right? And I'm just saying that maybe we need to get into coalition with those types of corporations that are doing the right thing.
So even the ones that we may think are, we will say are evil outside, within that city, they're not as evil. That's the thing that's crazy. Like so, like there's a couple of internships that my daughter looked at over the summer. The one that didn't come home. She didn't come home because one of the internships that she did was an NDA, and she had to sign an NDA. And it was a really good internship. Like what the project they were working on. And it came straight out of that fucking Navy Yard. And that Brooklyn Navy Yard is sponsored by these fucking, the evil ones and the fucking ones that you guys think are so, that y'all think are sweet and nice. So like that, I don't know, the relationship is going to be totally different if you live in that city. And they do a lot of recruiting out of that city, so I don't know. Like it's a take and a give, and
Well, also, it also benefits the young person as well, the worker, because they can do their internship, at, whatever company, or they can work in whatever company. But the options for them to go to another company and have it be in the same city and have, granted, a lot more people applying for certain positions, but the amount of places that are hiring here and the amount of options
it's crazy.
is crazy. It's unlike anywhere else.
Let me tell you something. Her coming to Atlanta for the summer would have been CNN. But when she was offered in New York City, made CNN look like fucking peanuts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what internship does she choose? Like, and then that internship that she did last summer and the summer before, it's like she has a resume. She actually has a real resume.
Yeah,
It's not like me when I was coming up working at McDonald's in Times Square, telling that's my first and only job. Like she has a real resume. It may be only 8 weeks, but it's a real resume.
You made those fries good though, right?
Yeah, right. I didn't make the fries, I was the rest. But you know what I'm saying? Like those internships are not paying. And the best internship she can get out here was for her, the one that actually was like on board with her coming for the summer was CNN. So, and that was based off of what she did last summer. a good problem. So I was like, stay, we'll figure out how to make sure that you still survive. And you know it's even crazier because right now she's actually working for a young black uh, a young black coming up designer right now. So she's gonna crack, but she's working for some young black designer.
That is great.
Yes, she's working for some young black designer that lives in Brooklyn right now. And it's like so when she comes out of class for certain days, she's almost like her assistant. So she has to like get stuff together. Like when I be talking to her, sometimes it's like, yeah, I gotta go do this. And it's like she's the one that I really don't get to have conversations with. The little bit of time that she has is about studying. But the rest of her time is engulfed in helping that black designer become somebody big, you know? And they pay her pretty good. It's kind of weird that she's making a little change.
And the thing is like, you know, in this city, it's like, yeah, you go to crap, but then before you know it, you're going to like somebody's show, exhibit, party, whatever, and then you're meeting kids from the new school, or you know, who maybe teach at FIT or something like
Oh, I
that.
love FIT. I wanted her to go to FIT at one time.
Right, but you know what I mean? It's all like interbrand, like everybody's like moving in the same circles. And you know, and there's so many different circles in that. And then before you know it, you're like, oh, let's check out this thing on the Lower East Side, and then you meet somebody else who, you know, is starting up a company or whatever. It's like there's so much of that going on that like the resources, the potential opportunity is just boundless. If you go to a market where it's not that, it's like you're relying on one particular thread, and there could be like one gatekeeper, you know, to you being able to get ahead in that industry, in that town.
Right. So let me tell you, she's been in New York City for the last 2 years going to school. They're supposed to be getting interviewed by some little local Brooklyn little magazine because of the little internships that her and her friends did last summer and then this summer. One of her friends, her father has a little change. They've been like organizing little things. Remember I told y'all she was trying to move to Brooklyn because of the listening parties? They've been doing these during listening parties using what they've done, their connections during their internships to get like they had a DJ come from Los Angeles. They had a DJ come from Vegas. They had like certain like guests come that maybe like local to someplace on the West Coast or Midwest come into Brooklyn and do like these listening parties. And it's been really big. Hey, so that some woman has been following these little girls. They're little girls. So the one that's in New York, my daughter that's in New York, she's 18. Her best friend's 19. These are freaking 18, 19-year-old, 20-year-old girls organizing based off of stuff that they're learning from these corporations, to the internships, the networking that they've been able to do, and freaking like making a little change on the side. Like New York City is freaking really weird compared to other cities, and they have a dependency on these certain corporations. So you can call it corporate greed, which it is, but at the same time, like they're reinvesting into the city and they're reinvesting into a lot of these young kids that decide they want to go to that school if they're going for the right reasons and they're freaking taking advantage of all the programs that a lot of these corporations are investing into these colleges. Because FIT, you know what? Being that you brought up FIT, I wanted her to go to FIT at one time because it's a smaller school and they have just as many like press, a little bit more expensive, but with FIT, they still interact with press.
Yeah, totally. You know, and there's also Parsons also.
Yeah, Parsons is a good school too.
Yeah, like school, but still, it's like, all the design people, even if you're not doing, like, let's say fashion, you're doing like industrial design, you're doing like other types of design that you didn't even know existed, in the business world or in our, everyday life. So between like Parsons, Pratt, New School, FIT, just in that, just not in those locations. I mean, there's so many people that you end up meeting and potentially collaborating with and opportunities and all that. It's like, and people from all over the globe go to these places. Like they are well known and they want to be in New York. So people are not only getting sold on the universities, but they're getting sold on the city that will make all of this happen.
Let me look up another article and see what do y'all want to continue with the government shutdown? Because I do got something that's talking about the government shutdown being purely political. Another article that's talking about, or video that's talking about Trump wanting to break the record for the longest government shutdown. There's a live now screen that's talking about the government shutdown ending day 21. Or we can move over to what's going on with or what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. And we're not hearing much about Russia and Ukraine. There's shit going on.
I sent you a video from the drone footage of new, brand new, routes that Russia has created.
And Russia is always advanced. I don't know if y'all know who Daniel Nadorsky is. I guess if you play chess, he died.
Yeah, did they say how he died? He was 29, wasn't he?
He was young. Grandmaster at 18. Matter of fact, let me play this real quick, y'all. This is just a little something. My daughter used to be in a chess club, so. And it's so crazy, she joined the chess, she played chess online. But she joined the chess club because she wanted to add it to her resume. She's like, yeah. They didn't say why. I don't think they said why. I did it. I pulled a mag on y'all last. I've only seen the article and read the headline.
Also tonight, a whole bunch of unanswered questions around the death of a 29-year-old American chess superstar. How Daniel Narodowski, one of the most influential voices in the chess world, how he died is not yet known. He became a grandmaster. That's the highest title in chess aside from world champion. He got that title at just 18 years old. Narodowski faced multiple cheating allegations from another chess player in the last year. He denied those accusations. And now, a grandmaster from India posting online in his words that the relentless, baseless accusations and public interrogations he faced in recent months caused him immense pressure and pain. This has to stop, adding, when respected figures spread unfounded allegations without accountability, real lives are destroyed. To be clear, we here at NBC News do not know right now if these allegations are connected to Narodowski's death, but it has certainly captured the attention
attention of so many around the world in the chess community, and Priscilla Thompson well beyond as well. Naroditsky on Friday put a video on YouTube that said, "You thought I was gone just days before his death," right? Yeah, Hallie. So he would often live stream himself playing chess on YouTube online, and we saw him post his last video on Friday saying that he was back and better than ever after taking what he called a creative break. He didn't get into the details of why he took that break or what might have been going on, but here's some of what he said to viewers.
So you thought I was gone forever, but little do you know, I'm back better than ever. I know that the episodes have been few and far between. I've been sort of taking kind of a creative break, deciding, future avenues of content. So I won't delve too much into it right now because I know everybody's excited for some chess games.
And so appearances suggest that he was going to be posting again in the future, but we know that this creative break for him came as he had been facing these allegations of cheating in the past year, which he denied. Now, as for his death, we have reached out to the medical examiner to try and get more information about the circumstances surrounding his passing, but have not heard back. But tonight, his family is saying that Daniel was a talented chess player, commentator, and educator, and a cherished member of the chess community, admired and respected by fans and players around the world. And certainly we have seen those tributes pouring in from all across the globe today. Lots of people really sad about his passing. Hallie, so many people reeling tonight. Priscilla Thompson, thank you.
What be up with those chess players? They disappeared. Those grandmasters.
He either took his life or it was the Russians.
The Russians have been really good at chess for a long time. In America, there are three hotspots for good chess: New York City, Los Angeles, and the Rio Grande Valley, where I live. For some reason, the Rio Grande Valley in the United States has at least 2 or 3 chess masters.
Marshall, are they Russian speaking or they're actual citizens of Russia? Yes, there's a lot of countries who are Russian speaking.
And the person I met who had a Russian accent was actually from Russia. But you listen to Gary Kasparov, and he got very political about Putin in Russia, and he wrote an interesting book. But if you look at Kasparov's chess, it's just amazing. I mean, he really is. He really is a grand masterpiece. I mean, for the ages.
But why did they be disappearing? Like Bobby Fischer, remember? Like, what is going on?
A lot of these guys drive themselves crazy. There was one dude who literally drove himself crazy where he could not stop playing chess in his head when he walked into rooms with squares of alternating colors. He would just construct a chessboard in his head and just stand there. And the guy drove himself insane.
Yeah, these chess players keep disappearing. They'll disappear for a couple of years and then come back out. And you're like, oh my God, he's back. I mean, if you're into the chess community.
I love playing chess. I used to play tournaments when I was a kid. It's like my dad did.
That's cute.
I was never any good. I got 600 or 700 rating, which is middle of the pack, basically. But it was something my dad and I did together. It was always a lot of fun.
They don't disappear anymore like that.
The reason it's their hotspots is because they mentioned this, they play position chess, not piece chess. If you play piece chess, you usually have goblet pieces. But New York, LA, and Rio Grande Valley position chess, which is about controlling squares and not about individual pieces.
I just play chess online.
Well, speaking of Russian, Katrina, I just want you to know I went to, this is why we were musical. I went last night to a staged reading, a musical about Navalny, the the Russian who was killed in prison. And it was kind of a musical. Not really musical. Yeah, Yeah, well, kind of, it's just a stage reading, but with, songs telling the story, so.
Me and
It's really interesting, though, I gotta say. Obviously I have a term about me, I knew about him. A lot of my family members were like told before him and everything else. The main issue is that he got so much publicity as this hero, right? But when you actually listen to what he said in these debates, when he had debates for being of Moscow, right? He was basically, what he was saying is that look at the corruption. He had issues with the corruption, not with the ideology of this crazy, Russian ideology. Um, he basically said, I want an army to be super strong, and then I want, he literally wanted to go and invade countries. He also said that he was totally fine, and he actually thought that, Crimea is part of Russia, that never belonged to Ukraine. He was part of alt-right Nazi protests in Russia. He was a big racist, and he has said so many racist things, and it's all on video. So I actually really hated the fact that they made like this hero out of him, because the mentality, that Russian mentality of we're the best, we're whatever, and that culture is still in him. He just had issues that it was Putin who's making all those money, and other people were making the money. There was a lot of corruption, and the army was weak. It's sad.
That's a good perspective. Thank you.
Good morning, y'all. Hey, I'm just reading this chat. Good morning, guys. Well, I'm going to New York City over Thanksgiving weekend. So if you're not uber weird and I like you, I would love to say hello. I'm going to see, with my bestie. And you know if I don't like you, so please don't present yourself to get your feelings hurt. So I'm super excited. We're going to see Death Becomes Her. We're going to see The Life of MJ. And oh my God, I'm so happy to. We're going to go see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Woo! Yes. It's a Broadway weekend. That's my favorite. I know, I'm going from Friday to Monday so that I can see. I also want to go to the Met. I know this is a lot, but
It's
probably
beautiful.
gonna.
If you're there, do high tea. Apparently, it's
Thank
like,
you. Hi, T.
Hey, ma'am,
Uh-huh.
if you want restaurant recommendations, let me know.
I will definitely get that from you, New Yorkers, because I've never been. So this will be my first time being there, for the Christmas season. So I'm super, super, super excited. I'm gonna be like a tourist from Japan. I'm gonna have a camera. No, I've never been during Christmas. The one year that I went years ago for a business trip, and it was like maybe early November. It was when New York City was hot. Remember when they had the heat wave? It was just hot. So it didn't feel the same. It wasn't cold. It was just weird. It was
Christmas season is so fucking beautiful. So great.
I'm excited. So I'll have a lot of free time because all of our shows are basically all on Saturday. So and we're getting there really, really early on Monday. So I'm excited. On Friday, I mean. So I'm excited. I'm staying in the financial district.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I think that Tom Fenton is actually performing like as Draco. So, oh my God, I'm gonna be screaming like, ah, Draco!
Broadway's on fire right now.
I'm excited.
Like the amount of shows and everything. I mean, just whatever you do though, Broadway's right near Times Square. Whatever you do, just get in and out of that area. Like, don't hang out in that area, please. Don't go to restaurants in that area, please. Like, if you're gonna also be staying in the financial district, in between the financial district and where you're going out to the theater, you have Soho, you have the West Village, you have Chelsea, you have great areas where the majority of the great restaurants are. Do not spend $1 at a restaurant near the theater district or Times Square. That's my advice to you.
Thank you. I wanted to see Hamilton, where Hamilton lived, and I might try to do that. I would actually have seen Hamilton, but I've seen it twice touring, and then for some reason it was in the movie theaters, so I went and saw it a couple of weeks ago. So I'm like, I'm all Hamilton out, but and I can watch it
Well,
on
you
Disney.
can see if you're in the financial district, you can actually see where his buried, his tombstone.
Yay!
So that is right. It's right on the Trinity Church grounds, right across from the World Trade Center.
So who did kill someone? My bestie, my grown soror. I was actually gonna go with my mom, and then she irritated me, and I said she couldn't go anymore. So, because I'm like, I would have had fun. So it's the day after Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a nice. She's gonna come up. She's gonna come up from Arkansas. We're gonna have Thanksgiving together. As you get older, like sometimes you don't want to go to other people's houses. You have your own tradition. So y'all, we just go to Capitol Grill. The boys love it. We dress up. We have a nice steak. Nobody gets turkey. We have a nice steak. We take pictures, and then we go home and we're done. And we watch football. So that's our new tradition with the boys. Because as they got older, they're like, Mom, we don't want to go. Some Thanksgivings we would hit like 3 or 4 houses, right? And then as you get older, you're like, you know what? We can have our own little tradition. So yeah, I'm excited, y'all. I forgot to share it with y'all. I'm like, there's some. I forgot to share it with you. Well, girl, see, that's part of it too. I haven't been up this early in a long ass time, so shout out to that.
I know that's right. I'm getting some sleep.
I know. I'm never up. Yeah, I'm up early. Chinatown, I feel like once you've been to one Chinatown, you've been to them all. And I've been to Chinatown in San Francisco. Plus, there's a pretty robust Chinatown in Houston, but not like in San Francisco, right? Like it's all the little shops and stuff in the. I'm like,
I would just say this: unless you're going to a specific Chinese spot in Chinatown, there's no reason to hang out over there. However, it is right next to so a lot of shopping, so you will be close to that area.
Thank y'all. I would love to see Dapper Dan, but I probably should have stayed an extra day during the day.
You can still do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I should have.
Let me know. Just back channel me. You have my info.
Thank you.
Chinatown, that's Popeyes on the East Coast. I'm just saying.
See, our Chinatown here in Houston, they really took to the Vietnamese. They kind of took over Southern cuisine. So I don't know if they learned from the Katrina people when they came to Houston, but they give a pretty good run for their money when it comes to crawfish season. So my sister prefers Vietnamese Houston crawfish to Louisiana crawfish. So
It's too much.
I know. I'm like, girl, you're doing a lot. But she was born here and I'm back home. But I'm just saying, so take a look. A lot of Southern cuisine.
Yeah, but there's a huge Filipino population, I believe also Philippine population that's down in the bayou. They got that bayou situation down.
Hey, are Ursula, hey Didi. So what else is going on? What's your name? Reform and the political world.
Oh, I'm happy to report that a lot of people finally are responding, like, I guess visually seeing the East Wing being torn down.
Yes. But I also saw that they said don't be taking no pictures of this. Okay?
Yes, that's what they ordered inside. But y'all know what? And I was gonna put this on Threads because I love Threads. And so many people that write things out, like all of the intellectuals left X, and they're on Threads. What did they do with all of the shit in the East Wing? Because that was like what the First Lady's residence and her offices. It was like some other people's offices, like some generals or something. What the fuck did Trump do with all of that shit that was in there? Because that must have been a lot. What did he do with all that? That's what I want to know.
They're put in the basement.
Selling shit on eBay, and then, maybe go in the antique thrift shop and get like a value.
Or throwing it in the trash. Come on.
I mean, people are visually upset. I mean, I see between that and the video of him shitting on people. Child, I was just like, you know what? We're living in like The Sims. This has to be like The Sims. I was literally looking at something before I came in here, because I was like, let me go get my dose of what? Because y'all always bring the good information. Shout out to Politically Correct for holding it down, even though some mods run away for months and come back and say, hey, giving you $5 for the food. Yeah, isn't it crazy what's going on? We saw that gold actually fell. Y'all, it's not political, but I think it is political because that can be construed as a good or a bad sign. Because people typically flock to gold when they think there's uncertainty in the market. So even though it's been up like insane, crazy, that is kind of interesting. And y'all were talking about Zelensky. Did you hear the reports that Trump was yelling and cursing at Zelensky when he was in the White House?
No. Now I did see when Zelensky looked to the side to the man that was sitting next to him when Trump was like, I don't know, we'll see. And Zelensky looked over like, go again. But I didn't see or hear him cursing him out.
It forces him to give up.
Yes, Putin demanded. I can't remember what it is, but I just read that there were the reports. What did y'all see? Like the press corps when they were all walking out after they wanted them to sign that oath, and they were like, "No, we're not going to sign that oath." And what he's forcing the universities to do, only the University of Arizona, like,
I'm so
I am, but this is y'all. This is like
your university, Texas, and Austin is enthusiastically
bitch ass.
looking at this, and Governor Abbott is going along with force.
Don't support that. No, he's a crackhead, but I have something to report for the LGBT community that's really good in Houston to fire people up. So I love that No Kings happened and kind of showed people like there is a lot of support. Early voting is happening in Houston, Harris County, so I actually need to get up and go do that myself. But so there was a crosswalk in Montrose. Montrose is a notorious neighborhood. I don't want to say notorious, infamous neighborhood in Houston that is very LGBTQ pro. There are a lot of gay bars. Everybody goes there to party. It's like a great time, right? Great vibes. Well, there was a crosswalk that had the pride colors. Well, Governor Hot Wheels decided to stick his ass in Houston's business because Houston is liberal. We are blue, right? And to demolish the crosswalk. Well, y'all, a group of residents went out there. This is how petty they are, and I love it. So everybody is just like in a feel-good mood because of this. They painted the wheelchair access ramp on the street with the pride colors in a direct refutation to Governor Hot Wheels because his ass is in a wheelchair. So they're doing little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's almost like Star Wars with the Resistance. They're just doing shit to piss people off, and then I think isn't that sad though? But we gotta accept it where we can. That's doing more to piss people off than taking away their food stamps and their daycare location,
It was
destroying the crosswalk.
It was the same thing in Austin, actually. The crosswalk also had, because we have, obviously everybody, well, not everybody, other people know the infamous 6th Street in Austin. But then there's also 4th Street. 4th Street is pretty much just all gay area, the whole gay bars, everything that's like there. And they also had a crosswalk over here in Austin, and now, they're kind of basically not to they painted it over, now they're fighting to paint it back again. Did you see how Allen sent National Guard to Austin to displace homeless people again? And like the mayor was saying yesterday about it.
Yeah, he's just been doing a lot. And I don't know if he just thinks that he's super popular or he's just, but people are getting pissed off. But like I said, I've said before, it's the rural Hispanics that keep voting conservative, right?
Yup, down around here.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. And God bless Maria and Jose and Pedro. I understand that they are very Catholic. I understand that they don't even like to pull out, which is why they got all them goddamn kids. Because, Saint Maria told them, what? Y'all know I ain't lying. Saint Maria told them to be anti-abortion. And I get it, Maria, Jose, and Pedro, Consuela. But goddamn, but you know what? The younger people in the cities, this is why Texas is such an anomaly. We are a red state with major blue cities. So, you know what? We got tired of them. Stop voting for Governor Crackhead and Governor Crackhead Cruz, Ted Cruz. There's some new people that are out and about. I'm about to get my ass off this app and go volunteer for some of them and knock on some doors and tell Maria and Consuelo go drop me off in El Paso so I can talk to their ass and hand out some condoms.
How Rico seems to be where it's at. Yeah, he seems to be where it's at. If he would, I understand if he taxed with me, but I have to do something really air for the primary, that'll be good for him. But he'll have to tamp that down in the general. It looks, this is interesting, Miki, the NRSC and Senate Majority Time, Senate in the primary, according to state law, our terrible Attorney General would need $90 million. And in the general, facing Calrico, you would need $390 million to compete. Which is outrageous something like.
Yeah, did y'all see how much the Republicans wanted that Comfort? Oh no, go ahead, Katrina. But there was just something I think the Republicans have outraised, maybe at a rate of 3-1 the Democrats. So yeah, that's not looking good. But we still gotta fight.
So what they suggested in Florida, because Virginia was doing the same thing, where the governor was taking tax dollars, ripping up private sidewalks, which is a very big community. So the suggestion was, and I think they should do it in Texas, any potholes across the state should be painted in a rainbow pride, so that the government will actually go in and remove and fill those potholes. So that would be the way.
Oh my God.
That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
I am telling you,
But
people should do.
I have to, really, really have to give it, I do, I can't lie. The roads are better in major cities in Texas than New York.
Well, we're
I'm
old.
sorry.
We're
I'm
older.
sorry.
You don't have to apologize. We're older.
But that's pretty bad, Katrina. Because roads in Houston are really bad. Even in the nicer areas. I worked in the River Oaks and Galleria area, and I had a colleague. Now, it sucks. It messed up his BMW, but he was speeding one day just down a residential street, and then boop, he hit one of those potholes, and it messed up his front end alignment. So I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston is
And
bad.
a lot of that comes down to fair amount of some laws, or at least, as I understand, Lebanon is like a part of that.
So I'm not sure where you are in Houston, but we know we're going to Baytown, so they have Baytown are falling all over Baytown. So I have to, have to cross it. Interstate from Austin. I'm talking about that's like an extra hour for a trip. So yeah, you're right. Houston does have quite a good amount of potholes, but I'm not talking about roads, but mostly like I guess highways. Like I remember Virginia, I remember Belt Parkway, and then even those have those have potholes, right? Highways here are pretty good. And maybe almost going to Austin, and Austin is growing so much and building nonstop that there's constantly new roads and everything's being built, so everything's brand new. But even the highways, man, like I-35, the interstate, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think the highway. Austin is. If anyone's ever been to Austin, please don't try to figure out where to go. The freeway system is like a giant spider web. It's so difficult to figure out how to drive on the freeways in Austin. And we have feeder roads, which most places don't. So people will tell you get off on the feeder, and you'll be looking for a road called feeder. But we actually have feeder roads in Texas, which are just you can drive alongside the freeway. Versus some places where you get on the freeway and you can't exit ever.
Yeah, it's called the service. I think I'm not
Are you talking about
the
service road?
Yeah,
Oh.
service road.
We call them feeder roads. The feeder. Feeder road.
Well, here in Dallas, they call them their service road.
Service road. See, I wouldn't know what somebody meant. Take the service road. I'd be like, what is the service road?
Yeah, I was confused when I
Frontage, yeah. They call them frontage.
when I came here, they were like the frontage for the feeder road. And I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Like I was But hey, I'm excited because I'm getting out of here. So
Oh, and what else is going on that I just read? Oh, I know y'all talked about it, but Trump suing the DOJ. How are you a president and getting money from your own DOJ? Isn't that not just like this guy? I mean, every day we think it can't get worse, and it just gets more and more and more embarrassing.
but it's what's like even more deeper and disturbing is that the people who can approve, right? Like the two people who can approve giving him that money, quote unquote, in a lawsuit, are his personal lawyers. Were his personal lawyers when the DOJ was basically filing charges against him.
But at what point does Congress step in and say, this is too much? I read yesterday that the congresswoman, what is it from Arizona, that they want to point that Mike Johnson wants for everything to be settled before he, what do you call it? Is a point the wrong word? Not a point.
He swears already.
He swears her in. Thank you, menopause brain. Before he swears her in that they're going to sue. But it's like, and I mean, y'all have expressed it in here before, I'm sure. It's like, he seems to just be able to get away with any and everything. Nothing sticks. There's no political, there's no legal framework that can withhold him. There's no political jurisdiction that can withhold him, right? Even, and I went on a really good rant yesterday. I was just like, what happened to Republicans, right? Republicans were core constitutionalists. They believed in limited government and being fiscally responsible. This is why I can't stand MAGA. You're not Republicans. Y'all don't have a conservative bone in your body. This man is using private donors to slap his name all over some tacky, ugly ass ballroom that he's creating in the White House. Or y'all, what the fuck? Y'all have completely destroyed the party of Reagan. Maybe y'all weren't always the best party. Maybe you were the party of elites. Maybe you were the party of corporations. But now you're just the party of some old weird dude who's lost his damn mind and is dismantling democracy. literally shilling the United States away one damn brick at a time. Y'all should be embarrassed. Like, I'm disgusted for you. I hate that they lowered the bar to allow you creepies to ever vote Republican a day in your life. Because you're not Republicans. You're maggots. You're maggots. You will forever be maggots. You will always be maggots. This does not benefit you, not one damn iota. Your groceries are up. Your utilities are up. You're fucking uneducated. Now the Democrats are the party of the elites and the educated. You're dumb as fuck. You've never been to Mar-a-Lago a day in your life. You can't even fucking afford it. You can't even afford to put it on your damn overcharged credit card. They're cutting all of your shit. You're gonna be fucking homeless, and the only thing to cover your big stupid flabby asses is gonna be that damn red Make America Great Again hat. What's wrong with y'all? Stupid.
Reform. You know, we actually had a conversation a couple days ago, I think, in this room. And so my husband has a family, but it's like marriage, that are crazy MAGA. Like, we're talking really crazy MAGA, right? Super poor, trailer trash, you know, and all. The stereotype, complete stereotype. And we had a conversation with them. And what they're basically, a lot of times I think people think that, oh, well, once they start to lose, then they're going to go against him. I realize that, they don't care about losing their stuff. Because I was told by this trailer trash white MAGA supporter that basically he doesn't care that his daughter who's pregnant is going to lose health care that she has right now by the government. Because at least, and I am paraphrasing, and so I am gonna bleep this out, but paraphrasing his words. As long as the N-words don't have it, if I can't have it, if they can have it and I have to lose it, I'm fine with that. They're willing to continue living in poverty. They're used to that. They just don't want others to have it as well.
So to reallocate the conversation from last night, I mean, Katrina, what he says, how the fuck do we still have black fathers, black folks in this administration? It bugs my mind.
I don't know. And y'all, I try to be good. I really do try to be good. But the reality is, so there are letters that are coming out already from people that are posting their letters from their healthcare insurers, people that are on state benefits that are posting that. So they're like daycare programs, for example. They're sending these really difficult letters saying that people that have received subsistence, which by the way, 1 out of every 2 Americans receives a form of federal assistance from the government. That's a grant, a Pell Grant for college, a Stafford loan, right? Social Security, right. A lot of them work, right? I don't know why people think that people on food stamps are just getting $10,000 a month and getting caviar and filet mignon and all of this shit. Like, it's not an easy process. They go and they harass you, right? They ask you, why do you have multiple children, you know, by the same man if he can't support you? Like, literally, I took a friend when we were younger, early 20s, because I'm a resource person, right? One thing you gotta know, I am not wealthy. But working with wealthy people lets me know that they don't like to pay for shit they don't have to. Why do you think they pay CPAs and financial advisors thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in some cases, hundreds of thousands if you're looking at like Ray Dalio and Bridgewater and BlackRock, to manage their shit when they're already rich as fuck? Why? Because they can find tax deductions and tax credits. Why do you think people have foundations when you could just write a check to the person that you wanted to help? Because you get a fucking tax deduction. So you want to be like the rich? Then you don't pay a lot to Uncle Sam. Donald Trump even told y'all that. I don't believe in it. Stupid people pay taxes, but he was lying on his taxes. That's why he said that. And we don't even I've lost myself even on my rant. What was my point?
Oh, the points that you get when you go to get SNAP benefits.
Yes, they harass you. They ask you if you have any goddamn money.
cash in a life insurance policy, right? So let's just say you had an index universal life policy that your grandparents set up for you when you were 5 years old, and it has $2,000 in it. Do you know that might not even allow you to get fucking food stamps, even if you can't touch it? Like if you had an IRA or they asked you what make and model your car is, like do y'all fucking know that? I mean, even though, yes, they do.
No, I'm just saying these people don't because I think I was 19 or 20. It was the most humiliating thing ever. I was very ill. I had a really bad medical situation going on right now. I'm not gonna get into it at that time. And I went to go get food stamps. They gave me $12. I cried like because they asked me a billion questions. They asked for my bank account information, all that. Check your bank account. It was just very whatever. I was like, at $12, that's what I got. That's at that time, it's like, at least that's enough for 120 packs. 120 packs of food.
I am so sorry, Empress, but you're right. It's extremely humiliating. They will ask you a million and one questions, right? And then it's like they do a damn forensic background check. You couldn't do this shit to congressmen and senators because we always find out that these people have committed financial fraud. You couldn't tell that Donald Trump was lying on his taxes and Trump Organization, Trump Foundation was lying on their taxes. But you can do a damn forensic check on like Empress and in my situation when it was a friend of mine who was in her early 20s and found herself pregnant without any kind of insurance at her job. She was in college. I was like, girl, you better go get that damn Medicaid. But in order to, back then at least, in order to get the Medicaid, you had to apply for the food stamps, right? Because it went hand in hand. And they literally asked her, how was she pregnant? Sitting in the office, these people were asking her, well, how did you end up pregnant? Why did you get pregnant? Knowing that you couldn't afford it. Just all kinds of bullshit to go through that. And you're right, Empress, they don't pay shit. They don't give you shit. So I hate this. It's like, you have corporations committing fraud all the goddamn time. But somehow the federal government uses its resources to basically look up and see, that Shamika had $75 in a goddamn savings account that she forgot about 2 years ago and deny her benefits because of that. It just pisses me off. It really does. It pisses me off. So the fact that, and this is what I think, as I was listening to y'all's conversation about corporations, because I'm in good rant mode today. I was listening to y'all's conversation. What I'm thinking is people that don't benefit from this system, that they feel it does not matter, and they're going to cape for billionaires and multimillionaires and people like Jeff Bezos and the Kardashians, when you will literally sit online and poo-poo them to death about what they have, but for some reason, you maggot and filled cretin crustacean individuals, you don't see Donald Trump the same as you attack the damn Kardashians. You don't see Donald Trump the same as you attack Jeff Bezos. You don't see Donald Trump the same as you fucking attack Bill Gates, talking about Bill Gates wants to take over the world. Bill Gates, is trying to get us to do this and that. Are you fucking kidding me? This is how stupid y'all are. You're willing to overlook the tacky ass billionaire who's leveraged wealth because his ass don't have any goddamn cash flow, which is why he's always out begging for fucking money, just like he begged for that damn jet from Qatar, right? Jesus, y'all just piss me off. Let me shut up. It's just, y'all are dumb as fuck. God damn it. Okay, anyway, I miss y'all so much. I am so sorry. I have some water. Yo, it's like we can't make this stuff up. And that party crashes.
Oh, spicy. Okay.
Welcome back. Come back.
Like the Carters. Come back. Does anybody remember that? Was that Carter? The thing, the TV show?
Yep. Hey, Your Honor. But carry on. People seem to like you.
No, I know y'all talk about this, First Lady. It's just with everything that's in the news, the begging for the begging for the award, um, all of that, the pardoning of another financial fraud guy. Think about that. He just pardoned. What was his name, y'all? Santos.
Yeah.
That
Much
guy
more
should have
embarrassing.
stayed in prison.
He, he defrauded veterans.
He defrauded veterans. He also lied on some of the most sacred things. He said his grandparents were in the Holocaust and that somebody in his family was in 9/11. Really? Like, those are the things you're going to use?
He
He
stole
can't find
11
anything else.
Then he lied to all of his
Yeah, but that's,
Okay, y'all. You can go get him some Botox. Minor shit on a dime of the United States government and the constituents and out of his little donor coffers. But, you know, he only gets less than 3 months in prison for it. Okay.
yeah, well, it simply should not have been commuted. Like, that would not happen for any other person in America.
But when did it happen, Marshall?
When did the pardon happen?
No, why? Why did Trump do it?
I don't actually know.
Do you think it's because he loved George Santos? Or do you think he's trying to send a message?
I think he's trying to send a message, which is if you break the law and my friend, you get to get away with it.
Exactly.
Which is wrong.
The whole point is everyone this side of George Santos, which is basically everybody, if you do some fuck shit while you're in office, not to worry, you're under the protection of Donald J. Trump. That's the point. Which means all of these people who are in government doing all kinds of fuck shit can rest easy that before he leaves office, he's going to pardon them.
Hey, Your Honor, wasn't there a list? I saw a list the other day. I can't remember how, but they listed all the key reps of folks in government pardoned. I think from the beginning of his first term, there was close to 13 or 14 of them. So to your point, here's the message: is yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do with government. Just rest assured that yeah, you got me. I can pardon you.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I always talk about it's all about power on here, right? Like if you're Tish James and they pretend to have found some, on page 48 of the loan application where we asked you to draw an upside down U, you drew it, 90 degrees to the left, so therefore we're going to prosecute, right? That's what Democrats get. And George Santos can be the most obvious criminal of all time. It's just about power. It's like, it's not about the thing. I don't even see the utility in discussing, not that, whatever, it's a sensational story, I'm trying to talk shit, but like, in terms of like the analysis of it, in terms of what it all means, like, it's not about George Santos. It's about like Carolyn Levitt and Ann Bondi and, Besson and all these other people who are just grifting and know that they have a get out of jail free card where you can just blanket pardon them for absolutely everything whenever he wants. So I just think that's what this is all about.
I also think like at least 1% of it is what would make the Democrats go really crazy. Let's do this.
Yeah, I think that's real too. Like just the distraction thing, like, don't look at the Epstein files, don't look at the gaping hole in the White House. Like, don't look at, the million scandals that are going on. Just look at the Santos thing, which is ultimately kind of inconsequential. At least, on its own.
So, did you guys see James Comer come out yesterday and say that after everything they've reviewed on the Epstein file, that they've exonerated Trump from it, but that they vindicated Bill Clinton? He had a press conference yesterday talking about it. I mean, the question is, yeah, if that's the case, then release the fucking files, versus having a press conference. Marsha, I don't know if you guys said the press is.
Well, the thing that the Republicans still don't get is that if Bill Clinton is guilty, there isn't a single one of us on the Democrat side that is like, no, we must protect Bill Clinton. If he is guilty, then fucking lock him up and do whatever you need to do. We are not riding behind Bill Clinton or anybody else that happens to be in there. So go for it.
It's amazing how like just completely melted MAGA brain is. I mean, I don't normally bring anything on because it's in the chat up, but she just quoted Grok. So she's quoting Elon's hallucinating AI model as like, I don't know, some sort of source to say that Trump distances himself from Epstein. Like, what is going on? Now she says that it's documented because Grok said it. Amazing.
Well, we don't know. Social media, AI is not a critical source.
Well, do you know about the kind of scandal that happened, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, with Rob? And what happened was it was about the crowd size in Boston, the No Kings protest. And Gronk had initially said, oh, the pictures that you can see about Boston was from a 2017 protest. And immediately, all the right-wing MAGA influencers took to that and started having that go viral, that photo that was being presented for the No Kings 2025 was actually a lie. So they took that, spread it all over the internet, and then it wasn't until later that Grok corrected itself and said, no, the photo actually was. So that whole lie was created by Grok, put out there by everybody, and then retracted by Grok. But of course, that retraction didn't happen in any right-wing media outlet.
Yeah, I mean, AI is not a reliable source for that kind of thing anyway. You have really any AI. There's no AI that's a reliable source for that. If you see a citation, you check the citation, and it was right, that's great. But it's not a reliable source. And Grok in particular is like constantly being tweaked by like a ketamine junkie who decides that like the white genocide of farmers is the most important thing of the day, and then all of a sudden all I can talk about is the white genocide in South Africa, which is just